The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
We in the dojo, ain't no days off. The way isn't training, you don't bleed in practice, you die in the field. Look, swinging the wood till my knuckles are bleeding. I don't need rest, it's the combat I'm needing. 10,000 hours, I'm locked in the zone. Carving my spirit right down to the bone. Stepping my radius, watch how I sever. I'm swinging this blade like I do this forever. Practice make lethal, the rest make me cold. I'm gripping the steel till my body gets old. You talking that talk, but you skipping the gym. I look at the weekend, I pity for him. Every single morning, I wake up and strike. You never seen discipline looking like. I empty my lungs and I swing out the chest. I treat every shadow like it is a test. The way is the practice is war. I leave all my enemies down on the floor. Rap at the rap, yeah, we put in that pen and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap at the rap, yeah, we put in that pen and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Look at the calluses covering my hands. I'm executing these tactical plans. You sleeping in late, I was up in the dark. Leaving the den and the wood in the bark. Slow down the tempo, I'm taking my time. Perfect the angle, I perfect the crown. 1,000 more cuts just to build up the muscle. You don't understand the extent of the hustle. Drilling the parry, I'm drilling the block. I'm beating the sun and I'm beating the clock. There ain't no secret, there ain't no hack. You step on the battlefield, you don't come back. Unless you put hours and hours of sweat. I am a consequence, I am a threat. Continue with practice, I never retreat. I'm dropping the opposition at my feet. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain. And don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain. And don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. No days off, no excuses. You skip a day, you slip away. Strike 1,000 times before the sun is up. My mind is heavy, but my blade is light. Drill it again. Yeah. Aggressive approach when I step in the ring. I swing with the force that a hurricane bring. Master the form till the form is a ghost. I'm doing the most when you're doing the least. I turn myself into tactical beast. The way isn't training, it's session my brain. I'm walking through fire, I'm walking through rain. Ain't no arrival, it's only the grind. I'm leaving the rest of the rookies behind. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain. And don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain. And don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Keep swinging, keep drilling. The ways of practice, yeah. Yeah. The ways of
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? I am doing absolutely fabulous. I got some amazing news this morning. So let's lead with that. Let's lead with that. For one of my applications that I have not released to the public, and I'm still debating if I'm going to do that. I was giving a tour of it yesterday on how I enhanced my thumbnail creation process. Oh yeah, between this time last month and right now this month, my thumbnails have totally evolved if you have not seen them yet. But then to put the cherry on top, I got my approval from Google this morning. Yes. Me and Google are like this. Maybe they know that I promote Gemini heavy like that. And all right. We're gonna give him his approval. But I had to do a little bit of. I'll make a video about that process too, getting your OAuth approved by Google. But I was excited. I was like, oh my goodness. So now when I log into the app, I don't have the warnings, and it's beautiful. My login is gonna last more than an hour. Oh my goodness. I was so excited. I almost skipped basketball this morning. Because just to play around with it. But great things are happening. We had an amazing vibe code and chill yesterday. Junior was showing off his amazing photography website. So once I post that back, you definitely got to come and check it out because it was absolutely phenomenal. I was sharing about the thumbnail process, the calendar that I added so I can see when my scheduled posts are happening. Just so much organization around content creation. When you let the nerds into the building, we will build the most amazing things. And I'm gonna give you a quick preview, right? My video for Wednesday, between yesterday and this morning, I built a pipeline that is going to take a very basic, short, no editing, really just cutting it up at 3 minutes. And it's going to go through a process to give it the captions, the thumbnails. I'm going to be showing you guys how I did all of that on Wednesday, software exploration, concept and overviews. It's been a crazy great weekend. So it's wild. It is wild. But today we're going to continue working on this speech coaching app because we all need to be able to speak better, to say less ums and you know, and like. So we're going to continue working on that to enhance our speaking ability because guess what? You never know when it's your opportunity to make a first impression. You don't know who you're going to run into. So you always have to be ready. If you stay ready, you do not have to get ready. Bars. So that's my motto, always being ready. Anyone asks you a question, being able to take it. Like you don't need to memorize things. You need to know the material. So that's what we're working on. So today, speech coaching app. We're going to be working on the mic input, and if we can see if we can get that pitch visualizer to work. I'm going to try to connect my phone again to it to see how that works out. Who knows? But we're going to figure that out. And during our breaks, we have some great break time topics. We're going to be talking about Gen Z and the jobs that they're getting into that pays a lot of money to get to the bag. You know how they go.
More money.
And then we're going to be talking about would you lend a friend $150,000, and then you're going to find out from where they got it from. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about a homeschooling article that I saw about a child who hated school until their parent started to homeschool them. So that is what we have on our agenda for today. That is what is on the docket. We're going to have an amazing time because guess what? I've got energy. I am in an amazing mood because I am so excited that I got my OAuth authenticated, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'll show it to you. I don't know. Maybe I'll just save it for another video. Anyways, let me go ahead and take care of a little bit of housekeeping. So first and foremost, thank you so much to everyone who is joining the channel, who is subscribing, allowing me to add value into your life. I see that the Get Work Trees video was popular, so thank you for that. Hopefully that adds a lot of value. I'm going to tell you this right now. In this day and age, it is essential to be using Get Work Trees or Conductor, something that allows you to work on multiple branches simultaneously because these companies, they are expecting so much more from us. They have invested a lot in AI so that we can produce more. So I am just so happy that you're allowing me to add all this value into your life. If you have any questions ever, drop me a comment and I promise you that I will answer it. I'll even make a video about it if it warrants. All right. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We had an amazing vibe coding show yesterday. So much fun. So I even embarrassed myself just a little bit. Junior, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Junior, don't say nothing. But it was an embarrassing experiment. So I tried. So that's that. Don't say anything. Do not say it. Zip it. Okay. But yeah, so it's amazing. Shout out to my tech barbarians. Had a call early this morning, had calls yesterday, had calls throughout the week, mock interviews, all of that. We prepare like there is no tomorrow, which I guess you wouldn't need to prepare regardless. We prepare and we are always ready, getting better day in and day out, testing, building, analyzing, whatever it is, we are tech barbarians. I am the head barbarian and the top mercenary, which means shout out to my tech mercenaries, the YouTube channel. Remember, shout out to every last one of you. We are winning. There is no one who does it like us. So to all of you, I truly, truly appreciate you. We are the very, very, very best. There is none other like us.
We the best.
And as always, let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
All right, tomorrow, Candid Conversation, I'm going to be talking about AI, of course. But what about AI? You need to change your perspective on AI. You need to change your perspective. Why? Because if you look at it as a person, you're done for. If you look at it as a tool and a toolkit and another tool in your toolbox, you are going to thrive. You are going to win. We're going to be discussing that tomorrow, noon Eastern time, Candid Conversations. We're going to be going back live on Tuesday night, working on the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. We're going to continue with that. What were we doing last time? I think we were figuring out the payment stuff, and we got the trial to work. All of that, we're going to keep working on that, getting closer to be testable by our test engineers, and go from there. Wednesday, like I mentioned, the video about how I revolutionized my short building process for my YouTube videos. If you saw, I just dropped the nurse video about nursing or AI in nursing, and you gotta admit that thumbnail, fire. It is fire. Ain't nothing like it. All right. So that's how we move. That is how we move. But I'm gonna go and get into the chat real quick. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Check out techcoachrob.dev, where all the fun, all the magic is happening. All the embarrassing moments of mine are happening as well. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and check the chat. Let me unleash the chat. Let me see. We got Junior says, "What's up, Coach? What's good, Junior? What's happening?"
What's up?
I said, "Did you turn subscriber? Did I? I don't know. This. I'm trying out I'm building my software and things be happening. Let me see. Did I turn on subscriber only mode? I probably did not. Let me see, which I should. Oops. Let's turn that on right now. Good catch. Shout out to my guy, Junior. Good catch. Where's my, there we go. Subscribers only. You gotta subscribe. If you want to talk to me, you gotta subscribe, all right? You gotta subscribe. I'm sorry. Hey, this is Junior's fault. He did it, okay?
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Junior's the bad guy in this one because, look. But he's right, though. I don't want to, if you're not a subscriber, I don't really want to talk to you. I'm just being honest. Just being honest, right? I'm just being honest. I don't want to talk to you if you're not a subscriber. Let me see. Says, I would lend a friend $150,000. Wow, that is very, very kind of you, Junior. I need a friend like Junior. Well, Junior is my friend, so, you know. But I don't think I'd ever ask a friend for $150,000. But there's a catch though, Junior. There is a catch, which I'm gonna when we get into it, the last segment, I'm gonna show you that catch, right? And so we got NC Worker in the building. What's good, NC Worker? What's happening? Your eyes. We're not gonna do that. We are not gonna do that. All right. Serious face. We are going to get into our first topic of today, right? Which is, believe it or not, it is the 150. The 150. All right, let's get into it. Would you lend a friend $150,000 from your kid's college fund? The plot thickens, all right? So let's go ahead and jump into this art. Oh, you know what? Something's not gonna work right. Let me see. Let's go to here. Yep. All right, let me fix that. Because the computer, I plugged in the computer last night. I thought that it was plugged in. I thought I was plugged into the outlet. It was sadly not. So the battery died, had to restart. So let's see, are we good? Yes, we are good to go. Sweet. All right, so this story goes from it's on MSN through Business Insider. What is this big old thing? All right, there we go. My friend lent me $150,000. Yes. From his kid's college fund so I could start my business. We are both millionaires now. Now, the question is, would you take that type of chance on your friend? That is the question of the segment. Would you take a chance on your friend to lend them $150,000 to start a business, and you would use your kid's college fund to start the business? All right, so let's see what it says. All right, so this must be the two buddies. I don't know which one is which, but Scott Hudashell invented an egg decorating tool while celebrating his friend's kids. While celebrating with his friend's kids, his friend lent him $150,000 borrowed from his children's college funds. 9 years later, their company does over $8 million in annual revenue. All right. So let's do this. All right. If I am one of your besties and I come to you and I say, all right, Junior, I want to start an egg decorating business, or I want to invent an egg decorating tool. I need to borrow $150,000. Not whoa. $150,000 so I can invent this egg decorating tool. Would you be okay? Would you say, oh, of course, and like make it seem like it's a friend that you trust and everything like that, of course, right? But would you say, all right, I'm going to go into my kid's college fund to let you borrow that $150,000? Because what if 9 years later, no one really cared about this? I have no idea what an egg decorating tool. So hopefully we're going to find out in this story, right? But we're not going to spend forever on it. Since back in 2015, I was hanging out with my friend Curtis at his house, dyeing Easter eggs with his kids. All of a sudden, I looked around and thought, where did the kids go? Curtis told me they were bored watching hard-boiled eggs slowly turn colors. Hard-boiled eggs turn colors? As you can see, I don't know anything about coloring eggs or anything like that. I told Curtis to get me a hot glue stick, a drill, and some markers. I had an idea for how to get the kids off their tablets and back to the table. Using those rudimentary items, I created a system to spin the egg, letting the kids decorate it with markers. A stick, hot glue stick, a drill, and some markers. Okay. Let's see how this works. Soon, Curtis's kids, who I consider my nieces and nephews, aw, that is so sweet, were mesmerized. They couldn't wait to have a turn. As I drove home that night, I had a feeling that this was my lightning in a bottle moment, an idea that would change our lives. Okay, I don't, okay, all right, let's see. I didn't hesitate to take my friend's loan. Oh, wow, great friend, okay. When I told Curtis I was serious about making an egg decorating toy, he didn't tell me I was nuts. Instead, he offered to invest. It wasn't the first time Curtis had invested in a friend. He trades commodities, so he got it, and has more than financial wiggle room than I do since I run my own insurance company. Curtis borrowed $150K against his kid's college fund and loaned it to me at 10% interest. Okay.
Are you ready?
Now we're talking, friend, what's your name? Now we're talking Curtis. While Curtis worked on the finances, I spent the time in my wood shop, creating a rough prototype and breaking many eggs along the way. That actually looks pretty cool. All right. That looks good. I have to say, now that I actually see it, that looks really cool. I would buy one. Like, because this little thing, the little egg goes in there. You finish hard boiling the egg, it just spins it, and you're like decorating it. I would buy that. Okay, I'm sold. It was worth the investment. It's worth it. All right. The egg decorator now makes over $8 million in sales annually. Curtis of EggMag. Amazing. Okay. I was worried about taking the loan from Curtis and his wife. We'd met about 15 years before that, playing music together. We had a deep relationship. We both knew I would work my tail off to make sure he was paid back, even if I had to sell the toy door to door. Okay. All right, Scott, I got you, Scott. A viral video helped kickstart our success. There we go. I love it. In March 2017, a shipping container with 10,000, oh my God, he ordered 10,000. Oh, he believed in himself. 10,000 amazing egg decorators arrived at the building that housed my insurance company. Woo. Curtis and I stacked the boxes everywhere, leaving only a pathway to my office and one to the bathroom. We had about 40 days till Easter and no idea how to sell a toy. There we go. There goes the marketing part. Marketing is the number one winner or loser. Like it'll either make you or break you. We bought some to local toys. We bought some to local toy shops where the owner agreed they were cool. One of the shop's owners connected us with the Toy Retail Association, which boosted sales. Then a video featuring the amazing decorator went viral. There we go. There we go. That's when I learned, be careful what you hope and pray for. Remember we were talking about that the other day, Junior? Be careful what you hope and pray for, because sometimes God might honor it to teach you a lesson. But in this case, it looks like it's a good lesson, all right? So it says, let's see. Within 23 days, we sold all 10,000 units and we were in the toy business. Our finances haven't changed, but our finances has changed, but our relationships hasn't. That summer, we went to a toy trade show and left with more than $1 million in purchase orders. From there, things moved quickly. We went on Shark Tank, a show Curtis and I had been watching together for years, and made a deal with Lori Greiner. This is cool. You got to admit, this is my mouse isn't showing over there. Oh, yeah, it is showing. All right, cool. This is cool. You got to admit that this is really, really cool, right? That's cool. That is cool. Our company, Hey Buddy, Hey Pal, is named for the way Curtis and I have always greeted each other. That's cute. Today, it does over $8 million in annual revenue. Now, the question is, how much is the revenue? Revenue is the total that you take in. What are your costs? I would like to know your cost. I paid Curtis back the loan within 7 months and then said to him, I can't wait until you become a millionaire. I'm the majority owner, so that would mean I was a millionaire too. But saying that wasn't selfish. I was so grateful to be on this journey with my friend. The amazing decorator hasn't changed our lives, or has changed our lives. I lived in a townhouse for most of the time I knew Curtis. Now I own a house and 2 planes. Whoa, 2 planes? My goodness, how do you fly both of them at the same time? Curtis's 3 kids, who probably would have gone to college in state, have had access to an outstanding education. So they went to, all right. Through it all, our relationship hasn't changed. We're brothers. Even if this all blew up tomorrow, I know I can always call Curtis and say, hey, buddy. And he'll reply, hey, pal. All right. So that was very, very nice. What a way to start the show. Aww. I love it. I love it. But that just shows a little bit of creativity, a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of innovation goes a very, very long way. $8 million a year, long way, right? So you know what? Before we move on, let me go ahead and check this thing real quick. Do they sell it on Amazon? Let me see. Amazon. Egg amazing. Oh, it's right there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. There we go to here. There it goes. $27. Wednesday, Tuesday. Let me see what else they got. Look at that. Sweet. Look at those. Look at those. That is cool. I love it. I love it. I rock with this. You guys know I love people innovating. Even if you fail, at least you tried and you learn from that and you continue. Never stop, never quit. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. All right, I love it. This is exciting. This is very, very exciting. I might get one. Oh my God, you see this? They got a dinosaur one. They have a dinosaur one. Oh, glow in the dark dino. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah. Okay. I see you. I see you, Curtis and Stock and Scott. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it. What do you think about it? what do you think? Because this is a very, very simple idea, which grew from seeing kids bored. The kids were bored, waiting for the eggs to boil so that they can do whatever they're going to do with it, and create a prototype right there on the spot. The same way, I'm going to have that video where I really was frustrated with my shorts building process. And so I hadn't posted any. I hadn't done anything in like maybe 2 months. And now, for every video, my shorts are automatically going to get to YouTube with the thumbnail, with the captions ready to go. But that's innovation for you. That is innovation. I support these two brothers, and I support you trying something out. Like my guy Junior told me over 2 months ago, I built an app. I'm like, really? I'm like, you did what? You did what? Show me. Showed me. I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is amazing. Did you consider this? And now, if I was blown away yesterday. I was blown away. And it's not because of the app. It's because it's Junior. I know Junior. Junior, like he doesn't care for this tech stuff. He doesn't care for this AI stuff, but he built his app and it's amazing. Junior, if you want people to see the photography site and it's live, drop the link in the chat so they can see your amazing work. Because they can't even see the back end to see, like, because the front end, beautiful. The back end, that's what caught my eye. You had me, I was like, dang, like, it's crazy. It is crazy. So you got to do something. You can't just sit around and wait. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Tech will drop the dev, where all the magic happens. All right. Let's go back to the beginning, and we are gonna go to the chat. So we got going on over there. Let me see. I released the chat, and Junior says depends on the friend. That is definitely true. Depends on the friend. And says, yes, because don't lie. Yes, because numbers don't lie. So once you see a need and it makes sense, then go for it. It says great design and innovation. It says you had me. You want that one? Hold up. You want? Hey, Junior be making me get all these sound bites. My instant sound. I still have to add the Allen Iverson one, but let me see if they have a you had me at a low. Because that's a good one. You know, I don't think I've ever fully seen that movie either. You had me at low. Did I have that? Do you see Jerry Maguire? They only have Show Me the Money, but that's all they got. That's all they got. All right. They don't. I'll have to make that one. It says they're gonna have to wait until I publish it officially. Make them wait. Make them wait. Make them wait, Junior. Make them wait. All right, let's go ahead and get to work now. We're gonna go and get to work. So let's go ahead and put up over here. Boom. All right, so we are, it'll be fine. It's good. All right, so we're gonna be working again on the speech coaching app, trying to get the visualizer and the mic input, because if I can record into my phone and it sounds perfectly fine, then I expect that my app can do the same thing. So let's go put up our first 20.
It's time to do.
And we're gonna go over here, and we have where we left off last time. Let's see if we can connect this time. All right. And if so, then I am going to, let's go to here, and I need to go developer mode, settings, developer options, and I am going to say wireless debugging. And make sure we're on the same network as well. Are we on the same network? We are. Okay, so now I'm going to go to pair with QR code. All right. Happened right away. So sweet. Okay, now we're going to say close. And we're going to go to run it on my phone. And we're going to say run that. I think last time I just needed to restart it. So whatever. So while that's happening, let me go ahead and open up our AirDroid. And we're going to go to AirDroid. Start casting. Start now. All right, cool. So we have the, which I'll probably have to charge my, plug in my phone at some, oh, what just happened here? Let me close this. Why did you fail? Built app. That should have passed. Okay, so the old version. Okay, so let's get the new version on. Logging into the app now. All right, so now I can put this here. Let's see how this works, all right? Start new session. Testing the mic input to see if it is going to properly capture the audio this time, because last time it was very, very subpar and we are not into that type of stuff. Mic input to see if it is going to properly capture the audio this time, because last time it was very, very subpar and we are not into that type of stuff. Actually, it sounds really good this time. Let me see if I can put the volume up a little more. Testing the mic input. Oh, that sounds good. If it is going to properly capture the audio this time, because last time it was very, very subpar and we are not into that type of stuff. Were you guys, were you able to hear that okay? I think it sounded pretty good actually. So, okay, I like that. Now I don't know if the pitch visualizer works. So let me try the pitch visualizer again. Checking if the pitch visualizer is working. I don't see it currently moving, which it should be if it's capturing it at real time. So we need to figure out why it's not moving with the times and why are you so lost? Why can't you be better? Why can't you be better? See, it's not moving. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, so now I'm going to ask, I'm going to move this off right now. And I'm going to ask Kilo Code. We're going to say, I can't tell if the pitch visualizer is working while I'm speaking into the app. I don't see it moving, but after I stop, I see some visualization rendered on the app where the pitch visualizer is. Can you check if it is still being mocked? I would expect to see it in real time as I'm speaking to be updated. All right, let's see what happens. So I think the mic input is good. I I think our mic input is good. Sounds good to me. Let's go and do that. You know what I should do, Junior? I should, the same way this guy invented this egg thing, very simple egg thing, I should invent something that connects to this, right? So, or to, where am I? Where's my, something that connects to this, right? So that it goes under or it goes inside of it. And when it's elevated, it automatically mutes the mic. And then when I put it back down, that the mic unmutes. So I don't have to do all this back and forth. That way I can make sure that I never mute by mistake. All right, let's go to, all right, let's see what's happening here. Running, all right, let's do that. So right now it's trying to see what it's actually doing. And now it's making some changes. All right, let's see. What do you have to say for yourself? I checked the code and the pitch detection is not being mocked. It's actually processing real audio data from your microphone using the pitch detector Dart library. The issue you're experiencing where it wasn't moving while speaking but appeared after you stopped was due to Flutter rendering optimization bug. The visualizer should repaint method was checking if the list of pitches was completely new list rather than being checked if the length of or content has changed, because we were simply appending new pitches to the same list as you spoke. Flutter thought the visualizer didn't need to redraw itself. It only redrew when you stop the recording because the button from stop because changing the button from stop back to mic forced the entire screen to, oh, okay. I've updated the should repaint method in both picture visualizer and audio visualizer. It's the audio visualizer to correctly check if the list length has changed. They will now properly redraw and animate in real time as you speak into the app. Well, you told me that before. So let's try it again to see what's going to happen. I'm going to start this over again. Let's move this bad boy back over here. Whoa, why'd you go over there? Okay, it's gonna make this a little smaller. All right, so now we're gonna start a new session again. Let's delete these. Let's try it again to see how you're going to behave, because you see right now, you're not showing me the pitch visualizer. You have a little bit of a line, but then where's the rest? Where is the rest? I'm speaking louder and you should be telling me that, hey, shut up. But now I'm speaking slower, I'm speaking softer, and you're not doing anything for me. You are not doing anything. Why do you have to be this way? Why do you have to be this way?
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man?
See what I mean? All right, let's see what I mean? All right, let's see. Maybe, all right, I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna do a full stop, right? Let's do a full stop, just in case. Wait for it to start back up. Come on, spit it out, Junior. I mean, not Junior in the chat, but Junior as, you know, say spit it out, Junior. Like, was it Looney Tunes with the what was the name of the rooster who always had like the little chicken that he would whatever he would do with the little chicken. All right, let's go to another one. Delete that. Trying again to see if the pitch visualizer, yep, nope, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. Why must you do this to me? You have me so excited and you only break my heart. That's all. You're only here to break my heart. Only here to break my heart. See what I mean? So let's say that, ooh, what's that all about? Yeah, what the heck? What the heck is that? I don't know what happened here. What just happened here? Okay, let's go back to this one. I don't know where that came from, but okay. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Stop. Keep clicking on random stuff. Okay, let's try that again. All right. I'm gonna say the pitch visualizer still isn't rendering while I'm speaking, and I am purposefully speaking in different pitches to see if it catches it. Can you check that again? So I think once that's done, we can continue testing the paywall aspect of it. And I do want to actually, I think I'm going to change potentially the transcription service to, because for my shorts generation, I'm using Assembly AI, I believe they call it. All right, let's see. I see exactly what happened. I initially thought changing the should repaint method to check the list length would fix it, but I missed a subtle detail. You did what? You did what? You missed a subtle detail. This is why you got to be careful with AI about how Flutter handles memory references. Because the recording page was modifying the exact same list in memory and passing it down, old delegates and pitch and new delegate and pitch were both painting to the same list. Thus, their length was perfectly identical in memory. Meaning should repaint still falsely thought nothing had changed. To fix this, I completely overrode the should repaint to simply return true for both the pitch visualizer and the audio visualizer. Since the widget only rebuilds when new data arrives from the microphone, returning true ensures the visualizer correctly redraws itself exactly when needed without worrying about list memory references. All right, so let's go and try it again. We're gonna try it again. All right, let's give it another shot. We are trying it again. Oh, there we go. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? We out here.
Are you ready?
It's accurate. Kind of a delay, but it's accurate though. Although it's kind of quiet. Why aren't you catching anything? I'm speaking. I am speaking. Why aren't you catching anything? Now I'm concerned. Now I'm worried. Hello? Live to phone. Oh, it's really delayed. It is really delayed. Okay. We are trying it again. Sounds good. There we go. Okay, that's good. So what I'm gonna do, on playback of the audio, can we have the pitch visualizer move with the playback of the audio so that the user can analyze their audio and where the pitches happen changed. Also, there seems to be a major lag from when speaking to when the pitch visualizer picks up the pitch visualizer picks up the change in pitch. Let's try that one. All right. Let's run that. So if we can get those two in sync, and we can get the playback to go with the visualizer, that's gonna be incredible. And then we're gonna want it on. So then we're gonna do an analysis, see, make sure it goes through, because then we're gonna want to see if because then we'll want the pitch visualizer to be associated. Oh, maybe we can reference timestamps because, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm thinking like in the analysis page, you can link a timestamp to where in the pitch that it was happening. And if you still have the if you still have the audio locally, you should be able to play it back as well. All right, let's see what happened. Are you done or not? Oh my God, here we go again with this nonsense. Okay. So I fixed both issues. Major lag when speaking. The lag was caused by an issue in how audio bytes were being processed. The microphone stream sometimes delivers large chunks of audio data at once, about 8 megabytes, but the pitch detector was using if statement that only processed a single chunk of 2048 bytes per stream event. This means any leftover audio was stuck in a buffer queue, growing larger and larger, causing a massive delay before it finally got visualized. I changed the if statement to a while loop, so it now continuously processes all available audio chunks immediately as they come in. The pitch visualizer should now be snappy and perfect in sync with your voice. I was reading that. Visualizer movement on playback. I've updated the playback logic to hook into the audio player's progress stream. Now, when you play back your recording, it will calculate the exact playback progress, for example, 50%, and dynamically slice the saved amplitude and pitches. The visualizer will smoothly animate and replay your recording exactly as you spoke, moving in real time with the playback so that you can pinpoint exactly where the pitch changed. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and play that. All right, so now let's go over to here and this. All right, let's do this real quick and then we're going to break. Testing out the pitch visualizer. Oh, you are moving smoothly. Oh my God, this is so amazing, so beautiful. I am excited. Oh my goodness. Do you see that, Junior? Do you see this? Do you see what is going on? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I am so excited to see this happening in real time. Exactly what we wanted. All right, I'm going to stop it. And when we come back from break, we'll play it back to make sure that it moves with our audio. So cliffhanger, that means you have to come back for the next segment. A cliffhanger, you have to come back for the next segment. All right, let's go to break. Let's go to break. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got going on in the chat. Let's see. Let's go ahead and release the chat. And Junior says, yes, I heard it. Awesome. And I told you that you didn't see my message. Forgot what you you tell me? Give me some. You know me. I forget what I say. So what did you tell me? And by the way, Junior, I'm gonna order my holster today. It's my birthday gift to myself. I'm ordering the holster today, right? Because I am excited. I'm still laughing about the cross shooting eye thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. In the off topic. Oh yeah. You did. Yeah. I got to figure out a way to do it. Because I have to connect it to OBS. I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. With me and AI and the tech barbarians, we can figure anything out. All right, so we're gonna do it. We got Snow Bunny Bag Chaser in the building. Says happy holiday. Yes. Happy Easter to all of you. Shout out to all of you. Happy Easter. He is risen for sure. We have Snow Bunny says, good afternoon, Ralph Jr. Salute King. Salute to you as well, Snow Bunny. Let me see. Junior says, I'm so excited and I just can't hide. Man, I am in a good mood. You know what? I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Just real quick little detour before we get to our next break time topic, right? This is why I'm in such a good mood. So if I go to Nova Studio and I go into, I'm already logged, we're logged in, right? We're logged in. So I'm gonna log out just so I can log back in. Sign in. Boom. And then I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna disconnect, right? I'm gonna disconnect. All right, disconnected. Connect to YouTube. This is my personal app that I use to manage. Oh, you guys can't see this. I'm doing it on the other side. So if I go over here, let's go this side, right? And I click on my email, choose a brand. I don't have a warning message saying that this is like not approved because I got my access this morning and I say continue. Boom. App is authenticated. And I don't even think this 54 minutes is valid anymore because this should last for like 7 days. So I'm gonna update. I'm gonna talk to Lovable and say, hey, you gotta update my timeout thing, all right? But I'm excited. This is why I'm in such a good mood because I had to reconnect every single time, and now I don't have to do it anymore. Right? So that's why I'm in such a good mood. All right. Let me see. What else do we have? Anything else? All right. That is all right. Cool. So let's go ahead and jump into our next break time topic. Why are you still here? Let's go here. See something as well. Okay, cool. So Gen Z, they are capitalizing off the AI revolution, the AI boom. Just like we had the Industrial Revolution, we had the Internet Revolution. Now we have the AI revolution. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. All right, so this comes to us by Fox Business, I believe.
Speaking of jobs,
Fox
AI
first.
changing
Fox
the way
first.
young people think about their future careers and sparking more Americans to choose blue-collar jobs. Former construction worker and author of Blue Collar Cash, Ken Rusk, joins me now. Ken, welcome back to the program. We are seeing students actually going into college with one major, and then over the course of a couple years, with the influx of AI just taking over everything, changing their majors. And you know what? I'd argue that's a good thing, Ken.
Well, good to see you, Todd. Thanks for having me. Yeah, you always have to keep your eye on supply and demand. I mean, you really need to look at what the future jobs are going to be. And that's one of the challenges that I've always had with colleges. I wish that when they would sell you these 4-year degrees, I wish that they would kind of ask you a little more about what your future looks like and what kind of careers are in a city near you, those types of things, so that you can be a lot more strategic in your education and your planning.
And yet, Ken, according to a recent Fox News poll, more than 2/3 of voters, this is a big number, they say they're not worried that AI is going to eliminate their job. The numbers on the screen, 69% saying, nope, we're good, we're not worried, but should they be?
Well, you know, I do think that a lot more people are worried about the Terminator coming and getting them than they are about their job being eliminated. You know, again, look into the future, see what's out there. That's why blue collar trades. I mean, BlackRock, for example, they're investing $100 million, not in colleges. They're investing $100 million into trades, in carpenters, plumbers, electricians, because they see what's coming down the pipe. So all I'm saying is be very strategic when you look out into the future, see what's out there, see what the supply and demand is telling you, and then follow that.
I'm glad you mentioned the Terminator.
So, a few points real quick, right? He asked, or he said he wished colleges would actually help, like ask people what they're going to do in the future to make better decisions. So the first question is, do you believe that colleges actually care? Do you think they actually care what someone's going to do in the future? I would say no, because if they did, then they probably wouldn't be offering every single type of major. Because you can easily tell that this type of major, it is not going to be conducive to a future. You're not gonna, like, there's no jobs, like, because should it be on the college or should it be on the person enrolling into college when they're choosing the major? Because guess what? Should McDonald's say, yeah, I know you want this food, but it's probably not good for your future? Or should they say, I know you want this food, so here it is? Because if they say, if McDonald's says no, are they just going to go over to Wendy's or Burger King or Chick-fil-A or something? Not that Chick-fil-A, because that was a pretty crazy Chick-fil-A video. But shouldn't they like, does a business have an obligation to tell you that this is probably not good for you? Or are they there to serve their customer? It's like, imagine a drug dealer. You go to buy, not you, but somebody goes to buy some drugs and says, actually, you might get addicted to this, so I am not going to sell this to you. Like, what? Or is it on you to say, you know what? I'm not going to do drugs. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to college without having a sound major that has a future in it. There are certain majors, they're always going to be popping. Other ones, they never were. They never were. What was that? What was that quote again? I forgot what it was. Anyways, that's the other thing. I do think that the trades that people are going to, great move. I think those things are always needed. And the question is there a way that AI can enhance the trades? Like what the trade workers do, that they can use, they can leverage AI. We'll do a little search for that, but let's finish this video. We'll do a little search for that afterwards.
Aspect of all that, because you're right, that's where the numbers change. A new Fox News poll asked registered voters, are you generally concerned about AI? Not necessarily with regard to your job, but just in general, like future of humanity kind of stuff. And 66% of people say they are. All of this comes to a head, what comes next? And for that, oftentimes you follow the money, and JP Morgan Chase CEO, Chairman Jamie Dimon knows a lot about money. Here is what he had to say about the changing landscape while on Fox and Friends earlier this week.
There are tons of jobs out there. In fact, we're talking about security and defense. There are not enough welders and electricians and carpenters and plumbers, and those are all great paying jobs. Right. Unions do a great job teaching kids how to do those jobs, and those jobs make over $100,000 a year. There's going to be jobs in cyber, there's going to be jobs in AI, there's going to be jobs in healthcare. So yeah, jobs will be lost. The system will adjust. If it just goes too fast, we should have a plan to fix it.
Ken, I love having theoretical discussions. We do that often on this program, but I also love giving people an action plan. So should our viewers who are about to head out to their white-collar job, their job at a computer screen, at a desk, should they be studying things like plumbing, HVAC on the side as a hedge?
Well, I always look, and this is what I wrote about in Blue Collar Cash. I always say, why are you even working to begin with? What do you want your life to look like? It's not whether you make $100,000 or not in a white collar or blue collar job. It's how are you going to spend that money? How are you going to design the life that you want for yourself? Because once you understand what you want your life to look like overall, there's a million ways to get there: white collar, blue collar, pink collar, whatever. So just know what you want your life to look like going forward. Knowing, what kind of house do you want, what kind of cars do you want, what kind of vacations do you want to take, what kind of comfort, peace, and freedom things can you put into your life? life. And then there's a lot of different ways to get there. And blue collar jobs, I mean, 50% of the country is involved in some type of trade. Don't be afraid to take one of those on. As Jamie Dimon said, they're all six-figure jobs now, and that's only going to get higher in the future.
And also, I mean, this might not be popular with the wives out there, but take on some projects at the home. Try it out in your home. I mean, that's a great place to experiment. Ashley's giving me a side eye. She is not happy with me right now. But I'm serious. Like, that's where I practice in case I ever needed to go. And right now, do you want me building your home? Absolutely not. But I'm making mistakes on my home, so I don't make them on yours. And I'm serious about this, Ken. I'm not making a joke. I think it's important.
Well, I guess what you're saying there is that the new shop class is your own basement or your own front yard.
For now, and then hopefully we can expand later on. Ken Rusk, thank you. Boy, you gave me side eye. Like,
how did you even see it?
I felt it. You were like, do not come and bring those tools into my home.
Do you know how to make bread from scratch?
I'm not a baker like you. You're pretty hardcore.
I'm Steve Doocy.
All right. So we need a. I don't like the comparison between white collar and blue collar jobs, because there are some. I like it more. I think it more as task based versus mind based. I guess whatever the like. If there's a job that you have to use your mind, you need to use your brain. You need to use innovation, ingenuity, whatever the word is. All those like that you need to be creative. Then you're going to be needed. If you have a job where you just press a button, like do you remember the Simpsons episode where Homer almost burned down like the whole, like he almost nuked the whole city because he set up the little thing to press the same button over and over and over and over and over again? If that's your job, you'll get automated, because Homer automated his job, almost blew up the city. But if your job is to create, to be innovative, to think, to present new things, you might not be working in the same exact position or the same exact role. However, you will always be needed. Engineering is moving more towards orchestration. To me, it's like software orchestration engineer, a QA orchestration engineer. The orchestration part is the AI part where you're building agents. I was thinking about this yesterday. What I was just showing earlier, the content creation assistant of mine, right? That's an agent. It has many, like let's say I call that give you an example. I named it Nova, right? Nova has many skills. So let's say Nova has many subagents. So Nova is the main agent, what I call it, and then it has many subagents. It has the title generator, the description generator, the quiz generator, because YouTube now offers quizzes. So as YouTube adds features, I'm like, oh, let's adapt to that. It has the thumbnail generator, right? It has the thumbnail generator. It has ability to upload to YouTube. It has I can schedule live streams. I can plan for live streams. So that's an agent right there. On the other side, for my shorts, that's another agent where after I run the shorts, it automatically picks it up. So I don't even have to tell it. I just set it up to automatically run in the background. It picks it up, it starts to wait until the render is done, and until the render is done, and then it's going to add the thumbnail, add the captions, upload it to YouTube. So now in YouTube, I just have to go in there and schedule it. That's an agent. All of these things are tools that they're tasks that I used to do manually. I'm like, I don't want to do this task. So those type of things, I was sharing yesterday, people who make thumbnails manually, they're out. But if you make thumbnails and you build an agent to create a thumbnail with all your design knowledge and everything like that, you can drive it. That means you can create so many more thumbnails for people at a lesser cost and get a bigger clientele. It's wild. So I want to take this real quick, right? So I asked, what are some ways that people in trades, electricians, carpenters, plumbers, can leverage AI in those job roles? While we usually picture AI writing code and drafting emails, it's becoming a massive lever for electricians, carpenters, plumbers, and HVAC techs. The trades are highly technical, data rich, and heavily reliant on process, which is exactly where AI thrives. Instead of replacing the physical work, AI handles the unbillable hours, allowing tradespeople to spend more time on the tools or scaling their business. Here's a breakdown of how the trades are leveraging AI right now. Rapid estimating and materials takeoff. What? Blueprint scanning. Plumbers and carpenters can upload digital blueprints to AI software that automatically counts fixtures, measures linear footage for pipes or framing, and generates a complete material list. You hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Dynamic pricing. When quoting a residential bathroom renovation or a kitchen remodel, AI tools can instantly cross-reference that material list with live pricing and local inventory at suppliers like the Home Depot or Harbor Freight, ensuring bids are accurate and profitable. The Pocket Master Tradesman. Code books are massive, dense, and constantly changing. Large language models, LLMs, are being used as a on-the-fly reference tool. Code compliance. An electrician in an attic can ask an AI voice agent, what is the required bend radius for a 2-inch PVC conduit under the 2023 NEC, and get instant cited answers instead of flipping through a 900-page manual. It's wild. It's wild. Troubleshooting mechanics and HVAC techs can also use AI vision by snapping a photo of an unfamiliar 30-year-old boiler or a complex wiring harness. The AI can identify the brand, pull the specific schematic, and suggest the most likely point of failure based on historical data. And then we have back office automation for like automated scheduling, AI chatbots on contractor websites can handle midnight emergencies, yada, yada, yada. Invoice and proposal generation, handle all the busy work that the trades will hate. Boom, automate that bad boy. Client communications and translation. Homeowners rarely understand trade jargon, so help me understand. Predictive maintenance, when sensor integration. So even in the trades, which everything you need that human part, right? But you wanna leverage the part that's not like that, something else can happen, right? So it's I think it's awesome. I think it is absolutely awesome. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this AI revolution? I personally don't think it's gonna be that dire as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, oh my God, in 5 years there's gonna be no jobs. No, in 5 years you're not gonna have a job because you believe that. But for me, I'm like, oh, in 5 years, wherever the AI shifts the industry, I'm gonna be at the forefront because every single day I'm prompting, I'm learning, I'm studying, I'm building. While they're complaining, we're working. While they're scared, we're winning. We don't miss. We do not miss.
We the best.
All right. So let's go back to check out the chat really, really quick and see what we got going on in here. Junior says, let me unleash the chat. Junior says they're only in it for the money, the college. Yeah, exactly. It's a business. It's a business. Does a business have an obligation to care about you? My answer is no. You're an adult. Do they have an obligation to care about your kids? Still no, because you're a parent. You should be monitoring what your kids are doing. All right? It's a business. It's your choice who you do business with. That no one is holding a gun to your head, forcing you to do business with anybody. So if they want to sell you some fatty burger or whatever, that's on you if you buy it or not. That's totally on you. All right. Let me see what else we got. So Snowbuddy Badger says, Millionaire Morning Show is today. Not sure if your car is doing the Bible study. Last week was amazing. Your car does an amazing job today. Not sure if he's having one. 80 just completed the Millionaire Morning Show. And Junior says, I know it's not today. I was talking about your Bible study last week when you left from this show. Maybe it was your car's Bible study. I don't know. It might have been the one in their Discord. So might have been that she was referring to. All right. Let's go. I need to plug this phone in. Give me a sec. Give me a second to plug this phone in. All right, phone is plugged in. We are charging. We're gonna get into our next working segment. So let's go and do it. All right, so we are. Let me put up another 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
So we are going to do the playback now. Let's go over to here. And let's see what we get. I'm gonna do the play. Testing out the pitch visualizer. Oh, you are moving smoothly. Oh my God, this is so amazing, so beautiful. I am excited. Oh my goodness. Do you see this, Junior? Do you see this? Do you see what is going on? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I am so excited to see this happening in real time. Exactly what we wanted. All right, I'm gonna stop it. How you like them apples? How you like them apples? All right, so that's working. We're gonna do analyze speech. See if that works. Ooh, what happened here? All right. Oh, we had an error as well. 502 bad game. All right, so we're gonna figure out why that's happening. Let's go and do. Why did we get disconnected? What? No device found. Okay. Let's try to do that again. I don't know why we got disconnected. Turned you up. Oh, maybe because I plugged in my phone. Let's go to, there we go. I'll mess up now. Last time I was really quick to get connected. I guess no, because we're not plugged to the computer. No. Sure. Why are you doing this? You're working perfectly fine before. Let me see. I'm gonna restart the phone because I think last time I needed to restart the phone. So I'm gonna restart the phone, but we know that's working. We know the pitch visualizer was working. The sound is great. What else? We are getting a 5. So I'm gonna say, for the time being, while the phone is restarting, when trying to analyze the audio, we are getting a 502 error, and I'm not sure at what point it is happening. You know what? Let me go and log into AWS, because I can see if the file is being uploaded to S3 or not. Also, before we even do, well, not before, but we're gonna check that. But we also we should probably set up some very, very strict permissions with the keys on what is allowed to happen. Let's go to. Let me see. Oh, before we even do that, is where are we currently uploading the audio file? Where are we currently uploading the audio file? So I can know if I should check on S3 or on Supabase. Okay. Let's go back to here, and we are going to go here, developer, Switch to the right network. Where's my network? Where is my network? All right, now we go to wireless debugging, and we're gonna say pair with QR code. I'm gonna get it from over here. All right, there we go. We are back in business. All right, cool. So we're gonna close that. So now we know we just need to do a restart. So if I ever forget that we just need a restart, just let me know. We're like, hey, you just need to look you just have to restart your phone. All right. So let's go here. We're gonna close that down. We're gonna run that back. Let me see what we got over here. Didn't say anything yet. So I'll try to log that error again. All right. The 502. So based on our current configuration, the app is currently uploading the audio files to AWS S3, specifically uploading it to the Speak Precisely app input bucket. The 502 bad gateway error you're seeing is happening after the file is uploaded. Here is the exact flow of what occurs when you analyze the app uploads to the .wave into your AWS S3 bucket using Minio. App then invokes your Supabase edge function, speech to text. The 502 bad gateway is coming from the edge function invocation. This means the edge function crashed, failed to start, or timed out when trying to process the audio file via external API like AWS Transcribe or OpenAI. So the edge function is okay. So now, if that's the case, let's go ahead and check let's check Supabase. Supabase. You gotta admit, the name Supabase is really, really cool. Supabase, like whoever thought of that, that was genius branding right there. Let me go here. Let me go to here. Let's go to edge functions. Let's go over to here and say logs. Okay. Let's see. So here's the error that we're getting, which I don't know what that necessarily means. So we're going to copy that error. Not implemented. All right. So let's say copy. All right. So I'm going to say from Supabase, this is the cause of the error. So maybe that'll mean something to it, and it will go ahead and fix that. All right. It's making some change to it. Docker is not running. It's not supposed to go on Docker though. Let me see. Let's see what happens with that. It shouldn't need Docker though. Let me see. Docker's not running. Uploading speech to text. Yada yada. You can inspect your deployment over here. A new version of Supabase CLI is available. We recommend upgrade. All right, so we don't have to worry about that for now. Run. Okay. All right, so I know exactly what's happening. The error is not is a very common issue in AWS SDK transcribe inside a Deno Edge function environment. When you import the AWS SDK incorrectly tries to read the AWS config or from the file system using the fs read file because it thinks it's a standard node environment, but Edge functions don't have access to the file system, which causes the crash. How I fixed it, I changed the import statement to this using npm, blah, blah, blah. I have updated the code. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and give it another run. I probably didn't need to, but it's all good. And I'm going to connect back to let's go to connect. There we go. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to start casting. Oh, start now. And bring it over here. And I am going to share. All right, so let's try this one again that we had tried earlier. Play it. Testing out the pitch visualizer. Oh, we lost the visualizer though. Testing out the pitch. You can ask about that afterwards, but let's go ahead and give this a try. We got a different error this time. Did it catch it? So let's go back over here. And now all right, so let's copy this. But we might switch it anyways to use a different transcription service, but whatever. Now we are getting this error. And we are going to send that. But in the, oh my God, I've been working over here this whole time. Yeah, I haven't even been seeing it, but I got an error. I am gonna go to Gemini. Let's see what's going on over here. So I'm going to say that I am currently using AWS Transcribe for the speech coaching app, but I'm using Assembly AI for the shorts generator. Which one is a better deal and would be the preferred app for transcription? So I'm doing a search in Gemini at the same time to see. All right, the issue encountered connection closed before a full header was received happens because the Flutter app was trying to upload audio streams to AWS S3 using Minio generic put object S3 method, which is known for randomly drop connections to raw AWS S3 buckets. Additionally, the endpoint URL was resolved incorrectly for standard AWS regions. Fix the issue, updating the endpoint to this and replacing the unreliable streaming upload to open read map. Give it another shot. All right, so we're gonna start it over again. Ew, come on. Oh, God. Maybe you need to, let's see. I got this error when trying to start the app. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go over here. When evaluating both platforms for your current tech stack, Assembly AI is definitely the winner both in pricing and out-of-the-box utility, cost breakdown. Assembly AI is mathematically a much better deal, running roughly 3 to 9 times cheaper than AWS Transcribe, depending on your feature set. Ooh, that is a big difference. Ooh, speaker ID diarization, minimum clip billing, exact duration, 15 seconds per clip. Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna switch right now to Assembly AI for sure. Application fit preferred. All right, so yeah. While it makes sense if the backend is already permanently glued to S3 buckets and Lambda functions, Assembly AI provides a massive advantage for the educational audio. It is the passive API that only outputs raw text. Assembly AI is a native active NPL powerhouse. Its built-in Lemur framework can immediately analyze a transcript, or you can route highly accurate JSON outputs into the OpenAI and Anthropic APIs to evaluate pacing, detect filler words, and score the user's conversational tone. Consolidating the transcription and the intelligence layer will drastically reduce your latency and overhead. Huh. So we're gonna see. We're gonna look into that. So I'm gonna say, how would you recommend getting the audio file to Assembly AI to analyze it? Would we still need to upload it to a bucket? Whether Supabase or S3? So we got there. Because I have an Assembly AI. I can get an Assembly AI API key to do this. You actually have 2 distinct paths here. You do not strictly need your own bucket, but whether you use one comes down to what you want to do with the audio after the text is generated. Here's how both approaches would work and how to choose between them. Approach 1, direct upload, no bucket required. Assembly AI has a dedicated upload endpoint. Instead of setting up your own storage infrastructure, you can stream the audio directly to their servers. Your backend or front end sends the raw audio to Assembly's V2 upload API. Assembly AI temporarily hosts the file on their secure servers and returns upload URL. You immediately pass the upload URL to the transcription request. The catch: Assembly deletes the file after the transcription is done. You don't own the storage, and you cannot retrieve the audio later, which I'm okay with because you can keep the file on your computer if you want to play it back or whatever, or on your phone or whatever it is, you know. Approach 2, S3 Supabase storage, the standard way. You upload the file to your own storage bucket, generate a temporary read-only link, pass it to Assembly AI, upload the audio. Recommendation for short generations, go direct. If the shorts generator is just a pipeline, for speaker pricing, use okay, fine. For a coaching application, you will almost certainly want to use S3 or Supabase. The users using a speech coach generally want to listen back to the recordings to hear the pacing. But what if the app locally stores the audio file and they can listen to the playback and analysis from their local file, the local audio file, if we go direct to Assembly. Because I don't want their files on my server. I don't want their files on my server. I don't want to I don't need that. That's taking up space. All you need is the analysis, and then you can play it back. I can have you export your file.
Lunch break.
So let's read this real quick. Actually, that's a brilliant architecture for keeping your infrastructure costs as close to zero as possible. It's entirely technically feasible and very common pattern for mobile application prioritizing privacy and lean. Privacy is my take. Privacy. I want privacy. All right. I want privacy for you. By storing audio locally and using assembly direct upload, you get the best of both worlds. The advanced intelligence layer without the S3 or FFT-based overhead. Here's the exact flow for how this works. With the distinct trade-offs, hybrid or record and store locally. The user records your session, saves the app M4A or WAV directly to the device's local sandbox. Direct upload, database save, okay, local playback. Advantages, major trade-offs, the new phone problem. You don't need that anyways, right? Give it options to export. Give you options to upload to your Google Drive. All right, so that's going to be export to Google Drive or upload to Google Drive or upload to iCloud. That's your option. Keep your own damn files. Keep your own damn files. All right, all right. Storage bloat, uncompressed or long audio could take up space quickly. If a user practices daily, could eventually eat up gigabytes on their phone. You will need to build an automated cache management, for example, automatically deleting local audio files older than 30 days while keeping the text transfer. So that can be an option to turn on, but for now, whatever. If a user closes the app immediately after speaking, but before the direct upload to assembly finishes, the process dies. Background uploading directly from a device to a third-party API can sometimes be trickier to manage that standard. There's a retry. So, let's do it. So write me a prompt that I can pass to Kilo code plus Gemini API key to implement using assembly AI and their direct upload method so that we can pivot away from AWS transcribe and S3 uploads. All right, so now while it's working, while my agent Gemini is working, we are going to break. All right. So let me see if there's anything going on in the chat before we get to our next topic. Nope, nothing in the chat to address. So we are going to jump into our last break time topic for today, which is, why are you still here? She hated school, then started to be homeschooled. What happened next? Well, I'm assuming this is a girl in the video we're talking, in the article we're talking about. I don't know for sure. So we're going to find out. If it's not she, I'll change it to he, and we'll go from there, right? But let's go ahead and, oh, it is a she. It is a she, right? So let's go to this article over here. Her daughter hated school. Her daughter hated school. So she became a homeschool teacher. All right, let's get into it. This article is by Madeline Mitchell on USA Today. This video is as childcare costs soar, the office is reopened, women pay the price. Okay. All right. So in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Lindsay Povermomo Joyly noticed her daughter was struggling with the virtual school, which a lot of kids were struggling with that. It says it was, let me zoom in on this a little bit. All right. It was a tough time for her. It was a tough time for a lot of students and families in 2021. And her friends, family members, and her daughter's teachers kept reassuring Povermomo Joyly that all kids move at their own pace. And you see, but that's the problem. That's the problem, though. The fact that all kids move at their own pace, but the teachers cannot keep up with the pace of each individual student. They do not get dedicated attention, right? So they're admitting it right there. But Poveromo Jolie knew. I'm just gonna have to call. We're gonna go with Lindsay, all right? Because I cannot keep saying Povermoro Jolie, all right? It's not gonna work for me. So, but Lindsay knew in her gut something was wrong. Her daughter was starting to hate learning. Oh my God. She would be crying under her desk saying, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. Lindsay said of her 6-year-old daughter, I don't think I can even realize the full scope of how that school experience was almost a traumatic experience until we took a step back. Her daughter's pediatrician was the first person to take Lindsay's concerns seriously. She said, the doctor sent her daughter for a full evaluation and found that she was profoundly dyslexic. Parents of neurodivergent children or children with disabilities often face a long road of proper diagnosis and even longer wait times to finding the right treatment and support for their kids. This can cause parents, most often mothers, who tend to bear the brunt of parenting and mental load of running a household, to suffer poor mental health, feelings of overwhelm, and even career setbacks as they try their best to make things right for their kids. So this is Carmen Jolie, 10 years old, who had trouble in school and was later diagnosed with dyslexia. Her mother, Lindsay, took Carmen out of public school system to try homeschooling. Lindsay says homeschooling works best for her kids. What? But what about the social interaction? What about the social interaction though? Isn't that like why every single kid has to be a warden of the public school system? Or not warden. What is the word that they use for, what is the word that they use? Let me see. I forgot the word that they use for like when someone is state property. Regardless. Let's keep going. Lindsay, who lives in Florida, shout out to Florida. Who lives in Florida, decided to pivot to homeschooling for both of her kids. The flexibility and independence that comes with homeschooling has been good for her children, she said, but the process of finding what works for her daughter has been overwhelming, I'm sure. At a 2025 report from Clio, a global family care platform found 65% of parents of neurodivergent children are at higher risk for burnout. That makes sense. Other studies have found parents of neurodivergent children, especially mothers, tend to experience higher levels of stress and depression than other parents. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense to me why that would happen, right? Let's see. Jen Wirt, founder and CEO of CoralCare, is that around? Let me see something. Is that around my house? CoralCare. Because I live right by Coral Spring. Well, no, that must not be, because that is just the name. Never mind. All right. Of CoralCare, a pediatric therapy marketplace where parents of young children who are missing milestones often receive conflicting advice. A lot of the time, parents are told to wait things out. Just wait. Just be patient. But 6 months become a lot when you're sitting there, living something and watching your child struggle. No parent wants to watch their child struggle, right? Where it said, wait lists cause a lot of stress in parents who are facing the reality of their kids' tantrums on a daily basis. It feels pretty urgent when like every morning to get out of the house is a screaming match. It can feel like there are little to no breaks were added, and that's how it was for Lindsay. Every day, our kids would finish Florida virtual school, and I would sit in my closet and cry and eat ice cream. I'm in a bind, Nate. That's rough. That is rough. Lindsay said, it became a thing. I was scared. I didn't know what was wrong. I knew no one was listening to me. And when it's your child and no one is listening, it is infuriating. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. This mom is barely holding on. Andrea Graneri, 40, is another mother with a neurodivergent child or kid. Her 10-year-old son was recently diagnosed with autism after a years-long battle with school refusal and anxiety-filled outbursts. It was getting to the point where he wasn't able to eat. Hey, she said, and if he did eat, he would throw it up. For many reasons, Ganarelli, what's her name again? Andrea. Let's go with Andrea. For many reasons, Andrea said the pressure to figure things out for her son fell to her. Her job was more flexible than her husband's, and her kids preferred her in times of crisis. They're going through something hard. They want me, she said. Andrea was pretty certain her son had ADHD, but his teachers didn't think so. I mean, when were teachers ever equipped to diagnose medical or mental disabilities and stuff like that, right? I would not go to a teacher for that type of information. I am just being honest.
I'm just being honest.
Andrea eventually paid for a separate and expensive evaluation that confirmed her suspicions because the teachers, what did they major in? Like education? Like, come on. They have 30 other kids that they need to manage. That helped her get a 504 plan set up for students with disabilities, but even with accommodations at her school, her son was still suffering. At the start of 2025-2026 school year, Andrea said she was frequently taking time away from work to console her son. He often stayed home from school. Plus, she had to take him to several doctor's appointments and spend time getting on waiting lists for various specialists. There were also long phone calls with insurance providers and other paperwork that ate into her day. Andrea said her work environment was supportive and gave her the time she needed, but when things escalated and she withdrew her son from the public school system to start homeschooling in October, something she never, ever wanted to do. Why? Why though? Why? I want to know why. She had to step away from work. Wait. So let me read that back. Let's rewind. But when things escalated, she withdrew her son from the public school system to start homeschooling in October, something she never wanted to do. She had to step away from work completely for 6 weeks. She works for a small company, so the time away was unpaid. So what part did she never want to do? Take him out of school to homeschool or withdraw from work? Or both? Maybe it's both, because maybe if she withdraw from work, I don't know. The world is just not set up for working parents, especially mothers, she said, adding that she's grateful her employer let her come back after that time. I mean, they have protections in place for that. But I'm going to tell you this. Right? Companies making accommodations for parents in general, male or female, whether they're giving paternity leave, maternity leave, that is a benefit. It is not a requirement. And for people who advocate that the federal government should make that law, I am vehemently against that, because guess what? Not all companies can afford that. And it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It is a dog-eat-dog world out there. And I am grateful for companies who offer those benefits, not obligations, right? But look, we also have to take responsibility and accountability for our own lives and how we plan our lives, and for whatever additional outcomes may come out of our lives, if that makes sense, right? Nobody owes you anything and there are so many kind people, charities in place and stuff like that to help people out of tough situations. But for me, I never wanted to put myself in the position of one of us has to choose between our child or being available for our child and whatever else, right? It's like the child and nothing else. That's the first priority. And then any other priority is like 100. So one of us has to take 100% for the child's well-being, and then the other one, 75%, 50%, because you also have to do a bunch of other stuff. That's how we worked it out, right? Says now, Andrea is working 75% of full time. This adjustment came with a pay cut, which her family hadn't prepared for. She said her parents have been helping them financially. Oof. Okay. Basically, what I found is that anyone who takes insurance has weeks and weeks and weeks of wait time. And if you self-pay, they're the ones with more availability. Of course, because you put yourself in the system, you're dependent on other people to pay your bills. You're gonna have to wait. But if you say I got that cash, then that's a whole different story. That is a whole different story, right? Let me see. Let's see. She said of finding therapy for her son, adding that she doesn't know how people without means or family support deal with these difficult situations. Well, they just honestly just send them to school and let it be what it is. Let it be what it is, right? Dump the problem onto the teachers. That's what people who don't have the proper support system do. If they care at all. Because trust me, I've seen people with divergent kids. Because they want to work and run up the bag, they dump those kids off onto someone else. They dump their kid off onto somebody else to be their responsibility. I've seen it for myself, right? It says we might have just like taken on the credit card debt because we were that desperate to help them. While she works from home part-time, Andrea's son homeschools with the help of various tutors, online classes, and trips to the library. He also has regular mental health therapy and occupational therapy appointments to address his ADHD, anxiety, and autism. It's not sustainable, Andrea said, but her family is taking things one day at a time. She said she sometimes feels like she's barely holding on. I'm hoping we're catching a lot of all of this early enough that he still has time to find a way to live a fairly typical life. Wirt, who has a daughter who needs physical therapy as an infant, found Coral Care because of her own frustrations with the wait. She founded Coral Care because her own frustrations with the wait list. Coral Care connects parents who have commercial insurance and Medicaid with in-home speech, occupational, and physical therapy providers, often before their kids have an official diagnosis. That is nice. So shout out to Coral Care. Wirt's other elementary age daughter is dealing with anxiety, and she's having trouble finding mental health help. One provider quoted her $1,000 for intake evaluation. Before they would match her daughter with a therapist. That's messed up. But it's business. It's business though. I want to help her, but I don't have several $1,000s on hand to get through that right now. So the privilege of homeschooling. I thought though, it was bad. I thought the kids come out weird. I thought that there is no social interaction with that, right? So now Lindsay's 10-year-old daughter works with a dyslexia specialist 3 times a week. Her son, who did well in traditional school setting, is also thriving. He's not winning. He is thriving in homeschool. I feel like homeschooling has been great because they can both work with their own built-in accommodations, needs, pace, all of that. But I do think it's a privilege, she said. I never want to be anything but a friend to the public school system, and I will always believe in that. Aw, that's so sweet. Lindsay has always been a stay-at-home mom, which she knows helped her family's transition to homeschool. Okay. The more enmeshed in dyslexia communities I see how a lot of people that don't have the resources, she said, maybe they're working several jobs, maybe they don't have access to wherever they live to specialized literacy instructors, or cost is an issue. So I recognize that I have a privilege to take, and I do believe that all children deserve the same access. Well, I don't believe anybody deserves anything, so kids included. I don't believe that anybody deserves anything. It's whatever position your parents put you in, proper planning and all that. Everything is earned, nothing is given. Shout out to my guy, Courtney Egger, right? That's one of his quotes. But that's it. That is it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. So many like people on different sides of this whole homeschooling thing. And it always feels like the public schools, like the public traditional school system are always saying negative things about parents who homeschool kids who get homeschooled. They're weird. They're weird. They don't have any social skills. There's no social interaction when that's not true, of course, right? It's not true. But I don't know. I think it's just, people shame things that are different. People shame things that are not part of the go along and get along, right? And it might even be, sometimes it might even be jealousy. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about, especially dealing with neurodivergent kids. Is that a good environment for them where they have more attention, more focus? Maybe the a watered down version of the AI alpha schools where they can do it at home or at a place where they work one-on-one that's affordable might be a solution. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment, share your thoughts, and we can go back and forth about it. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, Tech Coach Dev, where we have all the fun, all of our meetups, all of our Scrum nights. You get access to Resume Flow, access to Tech Barbarians coaching portal, access to anything that I build. It's for you over there at Tech Coach Dev, right? But that is it for now. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything in the chat, and if not, we will get to our last working segment. So let me see, let's drop this. As I think your car does it on Saturday, and then they have these little, that's not nice, Junior, these little handicaps running around terrorizing society. All right, you're talking about the YN, all right? But these people actually care and want better for their kids. Telling you. But yeah, I hear you. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get to our last working segment for today before we wrap it up. What time is it? It is we've been going for we're on great timing. We've been going for less than 2 hours so far. So let's go ahead and do our last segment.
It's time to do.
I don't have Rod Brown or Magnetar here to bully me, say, hurry up, you drown. So we're just gonna have some fun, all right? So let's go back and check our prompt. Do we need our prompt? Over here. All right, so here's a comprehensive prompt. You can copy and paste directly into your AI coding assistant. I have structured it to explicitly define the new architecture, outline the exact API flow, and request robust testing, which is crucial to ensure direct upload pipelines handle potential network drops smoothly. Copy and paste below, role and context. You're an expert full stack developer and cloud architect. We currently migrating the audio transcription pipeline for an application named, you know all that already. We're moving away, so I'm just gonna copy from here. We're moving away from AWS Transcribe and AWS S3 uploads. We're moving to Assembly AI using the direct upload method. Our goal is to achieve zero cloud storage overhead by relying on local storage device by pushing the audio directly to Assembly AI servers. New architecture, the audio file .m4a or .wave is saved locally to the user device. The app streams this local audio file directly to Assembly's over here. Assembly returns temporary upload URL. The app immediately sends that upload URL to Assembly AI. All right. The app holds the transcription status. Yada, yada. We save the final JSON transcript to our database. So your task, please write complete production ready code to execute this new pipeline. Break your response down into the following steps. Clean up strategy. Briefly outline which AWS SDK package we can now safely rip out of the code base. The upload and transcribe service, doing all of that. Error handling and edge cases, testing and provide the unit test or integration test. Structure to verify the new flow, show how to mock Assembly AI, yada, yada. All right, cool. So we're gonna copy this. And I'm gonna stop up to here because we don't need that extra stuff that they were talking about. Let's go here, copy that. And let me see. All right, so we're gonna go into the AI and I'm gonna say, start new task, And I'm gonna put this in. Let's put this in code mode, right? Let's see how far I can go with this. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna go over into assembly, get a new API key. All right, let's see. Question, what front-end or backend framework are we using for this project? Though I see Flutter Dart in the workspace, I want to confirm and to tailor the syntax. We're using Flutter Dart for the front end. We are using Flutter Dart. API keys. Let's call this API key. It's going to be speak precisely, transcript service, create. So I got my API key created over at Assembly AI. Got two. Got one for my shorts generator, and I got one for speak precisely. All right. What are they saying here? So here's a complete implementation and strategy for migrating to Assembly AI direct uploads in your Flutter Dart application. We can remove AWS S3 API, Amplify Storage API, S3, AWS Signature v4, any AWS specific UI or HTTP wrappers. I don't think we have any of that. Configuration variables to remove this, that. All right. AWS transcribe endpoint can remove that. Variables to add, Assembly API key. Step 2, upload and transcribe service. Here's a clean modular Dart service for handling the Assembly API, Assembly AI flow. Error handling and edge cases. Chunk streaming by using this. Okay, got that. Network timeouts, got that. Mid upload drops if the user uploads gets interrupted. The socket throws this by keeping the code modular and allowing errors to propagate. Your UI layer can catch these exceptions and prompt the user to retry. Testing and validation. For testing, we'll use Mockito package for HTTP client. To validate without burning credits, ensure your mock client accurately mimics the expected JSON responses for the, okay, cool. So now what? Can we go and implement this? If you haven't done so already. And while we are doing that, let me see. While it's doing that, I'm going to go over here and I am going to say, what additional features can Assembly AI do for this app? I would love if there was an AI that could actually listen to the audio and analyze tone, style, substance, clarity, volume, to give feedback on actual audio. Does that exist? All right, so while that's happening, let's go back over here. We are looking at so All right, to validate without, all right, got that already. We said cat. Come on. Come on. All right. Oh my goodness. So annoying. Come on, kid. You got to get your act together. Okay. Okay, so let's see what this. Oh my goodness. I can't get to the bottom. So annoying. Okay, I think it. Did it go there? So annoying. Is it doing something? Okay, there we go. All right, let's do continue. All right, so while that's happening, let's go here. For an application aimed at speech coaching, getting feedback on actual acoustics, how someone sounds rather than just what they say is a holy grail. Assembly is incredibly powerful, but has distinct limitations when it comes to raw acoustics analysis. Here's what Assembly can do for this use case, what it can't do, what it can do, and the specific APIs that actually exist. It can do substance, style, clarity via Lemur. Can feed the transcript. You're okay. Filler words. Okay, we got that. Sentiment analysis. What it can do. This is the actual audio. Conversational coach, which, okay, so that's going to be a good one to implement when we get to that part of it. Let me see. All right, so nothing we can really do right now. So eventually we'll figure that out. All right, let's go back over here. See, this is done. Configuration updates in here. I removed all those from your environment key. Assembly AI to your local environment, transcription service, rewrite. Okay. Cloud storage overhead. Okay. So now go to full screen so I don't end up leaking any keys. And that's going to be the let me see, .env. And we are going to, just for now at least, we're going to put in the Assembly AI key. Let me see, where is it? Oh, there we go. And let me get the key. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. So now we have all of that. Let's do. We're gonna do over here.
I appreciate you.
Didn't mean to press on that one, but let's go here. But I do appreciate you. Let's go here, and we're gonna do. Oh my god. What am I gonna do? Okay, it's gonna be Flutter. Get. What? LSCD speak Flutter. Flutter. What did I do? Oh, am I typing, making typos? Flutter. Oh my goodness. Am I tired? I think I'm tired. Flutter pub get. PWD. Flutter. Oh my goodness. Flutter pub get. Expected to find project and root. Oh my God. CD src. Let me go up to here. I guess it would have did it if I did the if I just ran it normally, but whatever. Let's do it. Whatever, I'm just gonna run it. Just actually let me stop it. Run it. Let's see if we get any errors for it. Or if it just starts up. Imagine if it just starts right away. That would be amazing. No, are you kidding me? Wait, oh my God, again. Let's try this. I don't have that much time left either. If I have to restart the phone, it's over. I wonder why it keeps getting disconnected though. Sure. Settings. I keep turning off the. I wonder if it does that on purpose. Like it just keeps turning off my Wi-Fi connection. All right. Oh, we don't think it's gonna work. Oh man, we're so close. We're so close. Let me see if I. All right, we're gonna have to. Oh, I'm just gonna restart it now. Just restart it now. And in the meantime, we have our API key in. Well, let's try to. Do I want to do that? Thinking, oh, let's try it on emulator. See if we have any luck with the emulator. Try the emulator, see if we have any success. Because I know on the emulator, it doesn't always record audio, so we shall find out. I wish you could pass in this mic into it. All right. Where is... All right, let's go to... Are you able to hear this microphone? I see you kind of hearing something, but I don't know if it's this microphone because you hate listening to me. Good enough for me. All right, so failed the transcription because of the models that we're using. So let's go to... Let's go over to here and find the models that we can use. Let me see what the error was. So phone is back up. Just gonna copy that error. Oh my goodness gracious. And say this is the error we are receiving. Receiving. All right, put that in there. Let's see what we get. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. All right, needs changes, fix the missing. Problem with sending the post request here must be suggestion, add speech model nano or universal to the JSON body. Let me see, containing one or more. I guess we can use universal too. Let's use universal too. All right. Okay, let's do that. How much time is left? Oh, 54 seconds. Added the speech universal model. Satisfies. All right, cool. Let's go and do run it back. Let's choose that one. Let's do analyze. Direct upload. Error analysis. Speech model is deprecated. Oh my God. I'm gonna copy this URL. And I'm just gonna copy the code from it. So we're gonna finish this up real quick. We're gonna go to, this is the error we are getting. This is the content of the recommended page. Copy page, paste. All right, let's see if we can get that working. And if so, we'll be good to go. If not, push this off to next week. But I mean, we did a last minute pivot away from AWS. I've updated to use speech models as an array passing Universal Pro. All right, perfect. Language detection. All right, cool, cool. So let's give that a try. And we're gonna say, testing the app to see if this is actually working or if it is just a fake, a deep fake of something that looks like it was working, but it's really not. And now we are heartbroken because we want to use Assembly AI. We want Assembly AI. We want Assembly AI, all right? Analyze speech. Speech. Ooh, started transcription. We're out there. We are out there. Let's see what happens. Accessing endpoints. What? Woo, woo, woo. The speaker expresses skepticism. That was not skepticism. Come on, man. Question if it's genuine or associated or sophisticated fake. They mention a desire for AI assistance in programming tasks. Speak space too fast. Minimize filler words. Yada, yada, yada. Cool. I think we are ready to move on with our lives. There you have it. There you have it. We have switched over to Assembly AI, and we're using their services which is a lot cheaper than AWS apparently. So, you know what that means. You know what that means.
More money, more money, more money.
All right. Check the chat real quick before we get up and out of here. We got my guy Junior with the great stream as usual. Shout out to my guy Junior out there. Let me see. Before we get out of here for today, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been an amazing, amazing weekend of winning. A weekend of winning. Tomorrow, Candid Conversation, we're going to be talking about AI as your toolkit in your toolbox, not your replacement. And regardless of what other people say, right? You just got to keep pushing, you got to keep learning, got to keep growing. Don't fall for what they're trying to sell you. It is what it is. Back live on Wednesday, or not Wednesday, on Tuesday night. We're going to continue working on the Tick Barbarians coaching portal. We're going to take what we learned here. We're going to keep it applying, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. We do not stop. We do not miss. Like I mentioned, Wednesday's video is going to be how I revolutionized my shorts process, all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. TechWithDrift the Dev. Sign up today, get access to everything. Vibe code and show playbacks. Join us live. Scrum night playback, and you can even attend as well with the membership. Access to Resume Flow, access to Tech Barbarians coaching portal, access to anything else that I have coming out. All right. So shout out to you. Check it out. Looking forward to seeing you there. We're growing. We're winning. Let's go out there. Let's run it up. Let's get it. But until next time, friends, family. Oh, wait. We got Snow Bunny. We got Snow Bunny Bag Chaser says, awesome show. Thank you so much, Snow Bunny Bag Chaser. I truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, now, officially, TechWithDrift, we are out.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man?
At 360 degrees. You only know your own block. I know the whole map. Every trade, every profession. Let's get it. I'm stepping outside of the box, I'm breaking the tunnel vision to an open wide. You stuck in a single dimension, I studied the board and I'm playing the whole divide. I look at the doctor, I look at the shooter, I look at the banker making the loop. I study the roots, I study the branches, I study the tree and I study the fruit. I know how the lawyer be talking to judges, I know how the hustler be moving the pack. I know how the architect building the structure, I know how the corner be setting the trap. You limited knowledge, you limited power, you only can fight in a single domain. I gather the intel from every profession and put all the data right into my brain. I'm switching the angle, I'm switching the lens, I know how it starts and I know how it ends. Broaden the scope and I broaden the reach. I practice whatever the master can teach.
I see the world through 1,000 eyes. I know the truth in 1,000 lies. You only master a single way, but I know the games that the others play. Know every field, every trade, every art. To conquer the whole, you must study the part.
Study the part. Back on the grid and I'm moving aggressive. I'm reading the room like a veteran scout. You only know how to run in the building. I study the exits and figure it out. I talk to the dealer, I talk to the priest. I know how to starve and I know how to feast. I look at the mechanic fixing the engine, applying the pressure and turning the wrench. I look at the general calling the orders and watch how the soldiers survive in the trench. Know the ways of all professions. That is the ultimate lethal weapon. You taking a guess, but I'm taking a lesson. I see every angle before I go step in. The politician with the sleight of hand, the farmer who's playing the seed in the sand. I study the hustle of every man, so nobody breathing can ruin my plan.
I see the world through 1,000 eyes. I know the truth in 1,000 lies. You only master a single way, but I know the games that the others play. Know every field, every trade, every art. To conquer the whole, you must study it apart.
Study the part. Don't get it twisted, the blade is so sharp, but my mind is the weapon that's pulling the strings. I'm moving like chess while you playing in checkers. I'm holding the book of the ultimate rings. Understand different fields. See how the energy yields. Broaden up perspective, I am objective, breaking down all of your fragile shields. I need every perspective to make a directive. I'm moving the pieces and locking the grid. I learn from the master, I learn from the rookie, I learn from the elder, I learn from the kid. The chemist is mixing, the broker is trading, the killer is waiting right there in the dark. I'm taking the knowledge from every profession and using the friction to light up a spark. I'm never outsmarted, I'm never outplayed. I'm holding the sun and I'm casting the shade. I know how it's built and I know how it breaks. I calculate all of the necessary stakes. 5 rings on the dash, pulling up fast.
I see the world through 1,000 eyes. I know the truth in 1,000 lies. You only master a single way, but I know the games that the others play. Know every feel, every trait, every art. To conquer the whole, you must study it apart.
Of all professions, a broader perspective is how you survive.